Today I'm going to show you a recipe that actually is made at a local restaurant here, but it's no longer in business now. When I was younger, I really didn't get to eat out much. And I had a few friends that for my birthday or something would take me out to eat, and they would take me to different places, and I was shameless about trying to get the recipes from the waitress. If the salsa was something exceptional, I wanted that recipe. If no matter what it was. And I was amazingly surprised that those waitresses would actually give me the recipe. Now, I'm not saying that I never paid for my own food when I went out sometimes, because I found a local restaurant here many years ago, and it's gone out of business. It went out of business during the recession. And I got a recipe from that business, but it was a drink that they served. And I'm going to give you the recipe for it. It's simple and you will love it. And I'm going to put it in a future video, so I hope you'll stay tuned. But today I'm going to show you how flautas was made at a particular restaurant. And I can tell you that doing it this way, I don't know why, but it makes the flautas taste just supreme. Now I start off by heating my tortillas first. My son bought me a little basket. I'm not one that really spends money on that kind of stuff because I used to just put my tortillas between a clean towel. But he bought me a basket and brought it to me one day. So I do put it definitely to good use. Now I only heat my tortillas when it's flautas. If it's tacos, I just put the tortilla in the skillet. And when the tortilla becomes hot, I just fold it in half. But flautas, I heat it first. And so I get started on my tortillas first, and they will stay very hot in there for a very long time. These baskets really, really work real good. So if you can find one, it might be worth the investment if you do much Spanish cooking. Now, once my tortillas are done, I'm going to show you something, and this is what I learned at this restaurant. Their sour cream is more watery than ours, and Mexican sour cream that they use, they call it crema. It's nothing like ours. Ours is thick. I would advise you to, until you know exactly how much to use, I would put the sour cream in a cup or bowl or whatever first and add milk, a tablespoon at a time, until you get it to a good consistency. Now, doing this also stretches your sour cream. You can get more bang for your buck. And it has a good taste. It really does. And so that's how I make my sour cream. As you see, it's more runny. That's how the Mexican crema, they don't call it sour cream, they call it crema, but that's how they make it. You see that? Okay. Now, I'm going to do two different types of salsas I have, and I've given you the recipes for these salsas. One is a green and one is a red, and I put a little bit in a bowl in the bottom. Here, I'm going to make an avocado. It's kind of like, and just nothing. It's simple. It's just an avocado in a blender with a little bit of water and a little bit of salt, because that's what we're going to put on it also. And adding a little bit of water makes it easier to put over your flautas, your tacos. You don't have to put nothing special. You don't have to put lemon, lime, nothing like that in it. If you use it right away, it ain't going to turn brown. It doesn't get a chance because you're using it immediately. And you just blend it up until it's nice and smooth and creamy, and that's it. Now we're going to start on our flautas. And I'm making mine with hamburger meat. Okay? I had sauteed up the hamburger meat early in the morning, put it in a container, put it in the refrigerator to use later that day. And that's what I'm going to use now. And I'm just going to roll these flautas. Now I have a pan over to the side that has got some nice hot oil grease I use lard. You use whatever fat you prefer. And I'm going to roll these up and put them in that hot oil, seam side down, okay? That's how you do it. Seam side down first. And I'm going to do several of these. Hope you can see, get an idea how to roll them up. And then put them into your oil. And I'll show you in a second. I'm just trying to show you how to roll them first. You see that? Seam side down into the oil or lard. And you just take your tortillas from your basket warmer that keeps them nice and warm. And like I said, though, if you don't have one of these, you can do it just between a clean towel, fold it in half, put your tortillas there. And that's it. And just roll these up, start at the end, roll them and keep rolling and rolling and rolling until you've rolled it up completely. And that's your flauta. And they're wonderful. I don't know what it is, but just the way it's served, they're just so good. So much better than just sticking it in a plate and just throwing the stuff over the top. Okay, here you go. Now you see? They're browning on one side. And as they brown, I turn them over. Sometimes you'll get one that will try to unfold on you. It happens, especially if it's not done on the other side just yet. Just try to fold it back up and then leave it for a few more minutes on that side. Or kind of put it towards its side, on its side, and that usually will prevent it from unrolling on you. It's just one of those things that comes with cooking that happens. There's not much you can do about it. If it's that bad, who cares? Just roll it in your hand once it's done and put it in your bowl. It's just that simple. We can't always get everything to come out exactly the way we want, all beautiful and pretty. But taste is what counts. Not so much for beauty, but taste. Okay, as you see, I put the flautas in the bowl. The sauce is on the bottom. I like green sauce. My Nutter Butter likes his tomato jalapeno, and I like pure jalapeno with garlic and salt. If you go back to my videos, you see I show you how to make this. You see how that avocado, it's a little bit runny. It's not real thick, and that's adding the water to it is what does that. But it does not change the flavor. You're not adding a whole lot of water, just enough to get it creamed together and kind of spreadable, okay? That's the trick to it. Now, just a little bit of salt. Now, you see that sour cream? I'm just pouring that from that cup right over the top. And you see how it just drizzles? It's not thick like, the regular sour cream. And it really helps you to pinch those pennies, and it does not affect the flavor. And it will cause your sour cream, I couldn't think there for a second, sour cream, to really stretch. Now you see, I'm just taking the salsa from the bottom of that bowl and just pouring it right over the top of those flautas. And I'm going to serve it in that